and the minister made it very clear in his speech that he'd fully bought into the challenge that was there.
Well, you say that, and you say that the Treasury Minister made it very, very clear. This was initially to save £25 million over 5 years. That's now been cut to £6 million. It's quite clear to every man and his dog, I think, that we are in very challenging financial times. Was the target of £25 million to cut off expenditure over that time period, was that not always unachievable?
I think it was bold, but the Treasury Minister is bold, and I think he would argue that you set your targets and you strive for them, and if you aim for a high hurdle and you fall a bit short, you've still achieved some really significant things. I think that's what.
This isn't a bit short, is it?
So the 15 million is the revised target that he laid out in the budget in February, and what this does is it defines 6, which is 40% of that in terms of what's in play at the moment. But there are other projects that are still being worked up. So. Some of them are at quite early stages, some of them are a little more advanced, but I would expect to see other clear propositions coming forward once they've been validated, either through the PricewaterhouseCoopers process or through independent external validation. So I don't believe that the 6 million is where it's going to stop. I believe that there'll be further schemes coming forward, and it was a progress report, Chris. Don't forget that. It wasn't. This is the end of it, and I think the Treasury Minister made that very clear in his response to Laurie Hooper's comments. But it certainly was a challenging number, and it's only once you get into these details that you actually understand what can be delivered and what can't. And I think members saw the proposals, and clearly there'd been some comment over the weekend, particularly from the Law Society, about the Public Defender Unit, and there was some concern about whether that was deliverable or not. And it's quite clear to me that we weren't in a position at this stage to either say yes or no to those things.